Hello there. Welcome to your math class for Thursday, October 22nd. I hope you guys are doing well today. I feel like I keep on saying that, but I really do hope that you're doing well. I want you guys to be successful while you are remote learning, right? We are still in school, we are still moving forward. And I realize that this probably looks a little different than what you're used to from remote learning from last year. So, there's a learning curve there, right? Just stick with me. This will continue to be the way that we're doing it. But you'll get used to this routine, I promise you. And remember, this is our last week with spelling. So next week, we'll only have 4 subjects, which means only 4 videos, which means a little bit less homework for you guys. And there's only 3 days in the week. So you guys can do this. Keep working hard, guys. You're doing a great job. Okay? So right now, we're in math. We are doing lesson 37. Now, you may have your workbook page in front of you. I don't care what order you go today, but remember today is your quiz as well. So, 2 options. Remember, you don't have a speed drill today because you have a quiz instead. You can either start with your quiz, get that done, and then go onto your workbook page like you normally would in class, or you could do your workbook page and then do your quiz after that. Now, remember, your quiz is a quiz. It's honor code. I'm not there to watch to make sure that you're not asking questions. You are allowed to ask mom and dad to help you read something, but if it's a concept, it should be done on your own, right? If you don't understand the concept, guys, it's okay. If you do not do well on this quiz, it's okay, right? It's 1 grade. You have plenty of other grades to help that 1 grade. Be honorable in the way that you are doing remote learning, right? I have no way to tell if you're cheating or not. I have full faith that you guys are capable of doing this work without additional help. So just do your best, okay? That's all I'm asking. Let's go over the instructions for the quiz first, and then we'll go to your workbook page after that. It's going to be a pretty quick math lesson because I'm just going to let you guys go, just like I normally would in class. If it's a quiz day, remember your workbook page tends to be a little bit easier than other days. And it's all stuff that you should already know, all right? No new concepts today. So again, I'm going to start with the quiz. In front of you, you should have page 29. On the top, it should say quiz 4. And let's go through the directions. Now remember, your name should be on here. Don't forget your name because I can't tell who it is, especially if you're scanning and sending things to me. Things can get lost really easily, all right? Meaning like your packet can be separated, not so much that the paper gets lost, but I could just have a random paper with no name and then I don't know who it came from, okay? So directions for number 1. Number 1 says match. Write the correct letter in each blank. So you're gonna look at the letter, you're gonna look at what it's asking, and you're gonna put that letter for what it means in the blank. So look at letter A to start it. It says to change a larger measure to a smaller measure, and you defined which one on the opposite side, U through Z, is going to answer how to do that. And you're going to put that letter in the blank for letter A. All right? Go ahead and do that for A through F. And I would, guys, cross out the ones that you've used because each of them are used once. All right? None of them are used more than once, okay? Number 2, fill in the blanks with the correct number. Be careful, look at your processes, make sure that you read it back to yourself. If it doesn't make sense, then it's probably not the right number. All right, number 3, fill in the blanks. Obviously, they have not given you room to do work, so you can just write the answers. You do not need to show work on 3A through 3F, okay? Just write your answer. Letter 4, follow the signs. It does not say check, so you do not need to worry about checking. Now, I realize that, let's see, 4F is a 3-digit by a 2-digit, but they seem to have given you a good amount of space on your test. So if you do not want to write it on a piece of paper, you do not have to. If you want to write it on a piece of paper, you can, but you need to attach that piece of paper to your quiz when you turn it into me. So whether or not you scan it in and email it, they both need to be in there. Or if you're turning it in class when we come back, they both need to be stapled together, okay? And that's it. There's not a back on this one. Remember, quizzes are only front. So this should go pretty quickly, all right? All right, and as always, guys, if you have questions, you can always have mom or dad class dojo me or email me, and I'm happy to help in whatever way that I can, okay? Now, before you move on with that, let's look at your workbook page. So you should have workbook page 67 and 68 in front of you. Now, this is a review. It's a fraction review. We've talked about fractions the past 3 days now. All right. It doesn't go any further into super um, like complicated stuff, but let's look at each of the directions just to make sure. Okay. So number one says shade 1/2 of each shape. So 1 out of 2. Number two, write the time for 3 1/2 hours later. So you need to calculate what 3 hours and then another half hour, what time that's going to be on that clock. Okay. And this is going to give me a real good idea of who is doing well with time and who maybe doesn't have the foundations for time, because we haven't talked about clocks and time yet. So this is really just giving me an idea of how many of you have this down already and how many of you we still need to work on with it. Okay. Number three, answer the questions about France's flag. So France's flag is the picture down below. It's that flag with blue, white, and red. And there's 4 questions about the fractional parts of this flag, okay? Number 5, find 1/2 of each number by dividing by 2. So look at letter A. Remember, 1/2 of 16, all you need to do, since the denominator is 2 and the numerator is 1, is divide by that denominator, right? So 16 divided by 2 is what? I'm hoping you're saying 8, right? So that's the answer. 1/2 of 16 is 8. If you feel the need to draw out 16 things and split them in half, you're more than welcome to, but I would really, really want you to try to get this to be a mental math activity, okay? Number 6, mark under the fractions and then circle each denominator. So there's a mixture of whole numbers and there's a mixture of fractions. They want you to select the fractions and then circle your denominator. Denominator is the bottom number, right? Number 7, estimate how full each container is. Estimate how full each container is. So you're giving a fraction. Is it 1/2 full or 1/5 full? Is that syrup bottle like 7 out of 10 weighs full or 1 out of 10 weighs full? All right. Look at the back, guys. Solve these story problems. I want you to put a heart around letter B. So around that letter B, put a heart. Go down to number 9, divide and check, just one of them. So do both of those things. Again, number 10, multiply and check, just one of them. So do those things. I want you to look at number 11, write the answers. So for letter A, it's 7 times, and then they have parentheses around 15 minus 9. When you see parentheses, you always do the parentheses first. So do 15 minus 9 first, and then multiply it by 7, okay? If you need to pause me as I'm giving you these tips to actually do the problems, that's okay. Do it now so that you don't forget by the end of the video. Oh, I forgot how to do that. When did she talk about that again? Pause it and get it done, right? Easy peasy. Um, and then the rest is really just common sense, I think. I also want you to put a heart around, let's see. Let's put a heart around I. So you should have hearts around I and B, and you do not need to do those heart problems, okay? So 8B, heart, do not need to do. Let's see, I need to be marking this down myself so I remember I told you guys to do that. And then 11I, heart, do not need to do. All right, you're welcome. For C, 11C, you do need to show work. And work is not just the math, guys. I want to see your numbers 1, 2, and 3 on your paper. If you just have the math work, it's still wrong. I want to see 1, 2, and 3 because I want to know that you can know the process, right? Because some of you are still getting a lot of these wrong. And I want to see where you're going wrong. And I can't do that if I'm just saying the math, okay? All right, so go ahead and get to work. Quiz, workbook page, done. All right, and we just had a 10-minute math lesson. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I'll catch you in a later video, or if you're done for the day, I'll catch you tomorrow. Goodbye.